with this system, we can run dozens of different ads. And here's a bit of a combo as to how this is working. So this is a property. It looks like a little general store somewhere that's for sale. That is out there in the marketplace and running live into the area for $5 a day. Now let's have a look at the critical numbers here. And I love this system. Now, I should mention that if I set somebody up with an account, or if you set somebody up with an account, they plug in their own credit card to run their own ads. So typically, an advertising agency will run the ads for the client. They'll charge the client for their Facebook or Instagram or social media spend. Then they'll put a markup on that. Then they'll charge them a monthly subscription in addition to that, which is often in the hundreds, in fact, more often in the thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Yep.
Right.
Welcome to the Expert in You podcast, the show for professional entrepreneurs, experts, authors, speakers, coaches, and consultants who are ready to elevate their business, expand their influence, and boost their bank accounts. Join us as we dive deep with industry-leading experts who share their top strategies, invaluable insights, practical tips, and personal experiences to help you achieve extraordinary growth and success. Whether you're looking to sharpen your skills, stay ahead of the curve, or find that competitive edge, this podcast is your ultimate resource for unlocking your full potential. So tune in, get inspired, grab your coffee, and let's unlock the expert in you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Expert in You podcast. I'm your host, Dan Carden, and today I have Ray Wood with me, and I'm super excited to bring him on because Ray is an AI marketing expert, and he has a really cool system we're going to talk about today. He is also a podcaster, a best-selling author, and this is going to be a great conversation, but we're also going to do a screen share. If you're listening, if you're watching the video, or if you're not, you can go back and watch the video on YouTube, but where he's going to be actually walking you through this incredible AI advertising system that he has that will work across all social media platforms except X. So Ray, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thanks so much, Anne. Thanks for having me. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. Ray and I connected on social media, and I was on his podcast, and here now he is on mine, and I just love what he's doing. He is really helping people save money in their advertising on social media. He has this amazing, cool system. I'm getting ready to use it in my business, and we're going to dive in. So Ray, let's do it. Tell us what you've got there.
Awesome, man. Am I able to share my screen?
You are. Go right ahead. All
right. Thank you very much. Okay, just sharing right there. There we are. And hi, everybody. And thanks so much for the opportunity. I'm really, I sort of just quick backstory. I started looking at AI during the pandemic because I was a little bit bored and we couldn't get outdoors. And I was looking for something new and something fresh and something that was kind of just starting to take off and would be something that my small business people, I work with a lot of real estate agents and mortgage brokers, but I work with lawyers and chiropractors, anybody in business basically. So this system that I'm about to share is if you're running paid ads on social media, it will really reduce your cost per click rate and it will explode your marketing reach, your cut-through rate. Your click-through rate. Should call it a cut-through rate. But yeah, so that's when during the pandemic, I picked up on this whole AI thing, and I'm not going to lie, there was a point where I thought it was a bit of a passing fad, but boy, AI for me, my little AI journey, and I don't know about you, but most of the entrepreneurs I know are really open to this and starting to leverage the power, obviously, what ChatGPT is doing and now the paid version and creating custom GPTs and all of that. That's another story. But I started looking at that and how we can leverage it. And I sort of, at first it was a convenient kind of like an interest, then it became an assistant. And now it's almost like a mentor to me. I mean, we can ask it anything. Like second guess something, are we using it to get the approximate value of property? We're using it to build content to keep in touch with our people. And like any great business is all about relationships, as I'm sure you'd agree. The more relationships that we can build and maintain and nurture, then I think the more success we're going to enjoy. So that's kind of my mantra. And being able to reach way more people for a whole lot less money, regardless of where you are, you're really going to stand out against your competitors. So anyway, I'll stop talking and start showing. So I'm in one of my clients' accounts here, and you can see it's a real estate company up in the right-hand corner. So I'm looking at their account, and I'm assuming you can see my screen okay?
Yes, we're good.
Okay. I'm looking at my account or their account as if I was them. So, and I can see down here that we're running a bunch of different ads. Okay. These are currently for listings, and we get some great response and cut through for listings. And one thing I should mention, if you've got any real estate people listening, one of the things I love about being able to do this is that we can send traffic to our own websites rather than the big monster domains out there like Zillow or trademe.co.nz in New Zealand, or realestate.com.au in Australia, or realtor.ca here in Canada. So we've got the opportunity to do that. So I'm in here looking at this listing, and let me just show you the nuts and bolts. The budget is $5 a day. Now this is a campaign that's running simultaneously, because they're under the one roof, obviously, Meta, into Facebook and Instagram, for $5 a day. So typically, and it doesn't matter what you want to market, I need to make that point. It's not just for real estate agents, but typically if we're going to run an ad, we might run 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 ads and compare them all and see which one's working better and which keywords are getting the attention, etc. With this system, we can run dozens of different ads, and here's a bit of a combo as to how this is working. So this is a property. It looks like a little general store somewhere that's for sale. That is out there in the marketplace and running live into the area for $5 a day. Now let's have a look at the critical numbers here. And I love this system. Now, I should mention that if I set somebody up with an account, or if you set somebody up with an account, they plug in their own credit card to run their own ads. So typically, an advertising agency will run the ads for the client. They'll charge the client for their Facebook or Instagram or social media spend. Then they'll put a markup on that. Then they'll charge them a monthly subscription in addition to that, which is often in the hundreds, in fact, more often in the thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Yep.
Right.
This is just like, well, this starts at $97, depending on what people are looking for. But for $100 or so, you can have an amazing system that you can control, and it's going to wipe the field with every competitor, because the reach is so good. So take a look at this. Let's just look at cost per click. So
look at this, 3 cents. Wow.
This campaign. This has been going. When did this start? It looks like it started a couple of days ago. Okay, so this is nice and fresh. We can see they've spent $11.63. If you're listening to this on Anne's podcast, you need to go to the link in the podcast so you can watch the video, but I'll explain it as well. I'll see if I can paint some word pictures here as well for our audio listeners. So we can see that they've spent $11.63. They've had 381 clicks, but this is the thing I love looking at here. So typically, the average cost per click, or the benchmark, I guess, for something like this is on Facebook and Insta is $1.80 to $2. That's about the going rate, average, give or take. And we can see here that the cost per click is down to 3 cents.
3 cents. That's crazy. From $2 to 3 cents.
Yeah. Now that is, I'm showing something here that's pretty popular, which is a property for sale. But my real estate agents want to get a lot of traffic, and they send traffic to their listing. And typically, when somebody clicks on the listing, say, I like the look of this property, I want to check it out. They click on it, and then they've got the opt-in. A pop-up comes up where they can say, if you'd like to see this listing, join our VIP buyers group. And then they just put their name and email in there. But what a great way to harvest new contact information, start relationships. And then with the beautiful automation that we have nowadays with all of this amazing software, people can start building that relationship. So 3 cents is pretty amazing. Let's look at our click-through rate, or as the cut-through rate, as I like to call it. Typically, the average there is now our cost per click, we want this as low as possible. Our click-through rate, we want this as high as possible. So Facebook and Insta, looks like the benchmark for Instagram is about 1.5% and Facebook's 1.75%. And you can see here we've got a click-through rate of 18%, moving towards 19%.
Nice.
Which is pretty amazing. And probably getting into the weeds a little bit unnecessarily here, but for all the accountant types and the nerds who love to, and I must admit I nerd out on looking at all of this. I can see which image here. So for example, there's an image right there. I can see that's had a click-through rate of 9%, where this image has had a click-through rate of 22%. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Same image, just different distance away. And I can also measure with my copy. For example, this bit of copy up here is a click-through rate of 20%, where this copy down here is way less. So it's really interesting to see how that works. And then if I can create a completely new ad set, and I can incorporate that into the current ad set just by clicking this button over here, new ad set, and it'll completely duplicate the whole ad set for me. I can edit it, I can take out photos, I can put in fresh copy, I can change my locations, etc. So that is a quick and dirty overview of how the AI ad machine works, and that's how businesses are using it. And I think I mentioned that you can run a campaign here I think you mentioned, I'm sorry, on any social media platform except X. But typically where we're seeing results at the moment, and not necessarily in this order, is Facebook, Instagram, Google Search and Google Display, YouTube, of course, and increasingly LinkedIn. So that's the low-hanging fruit for marketing.
Hi, friend. I have an exciting announcement. I hope you're enjoying this episode of Expert in You podcast, but I have to ask you, have you checked out the latest issue of Expert in You magazine yet? It's jam-packed with rich content, powerful strategies, inspiring stories, and so much more to help you elevate your business and personal growth. Don't miss out. Go grab your digital copy now and join our community of experts making a difference every day. Go to expertinyoumagazine.com and check out your digital copy today. Transform your expertise into success with Expert in You magazine. It's not just a publication, it is a movement.
How hard is it to get the platform set up for this, Ray? So you want to maybe run across multiple platforms. Is that difficult?
No. Well, like I mentioned before, you can run a campaign on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. If you want to run Google, obviously that's a different organization. You need to log in and run a different campaign there. But what I can do actually, if check this out. So there was my campaign. If I'm, say, setting up a campaign and it's just loading some stuff in there, AI is just loading those images in there. So just ignore that. But if I wanted to duplicate this campaign in Google, all I need to do is click back on advertise. And then if they have the account connected, maybe they don't have it connected. No, they don't have it connected. Okay. Some advertisers choose to connect things and some don't. Let me show you in my demo account how that works, because it's very cool. I'll just switch to my AI ad machine account. Here we go. So if I'm running an ad here, say under Facebook, and let's say this is the campaign I'm running, and I want to duplicate that inside of Google, I simply press advertise, and there's my campaign in Google. And actually, this is a campaign I was doing yesterday for somebody else, but it's really easy to do. And there's all the different ad combos. So what it's doing, so let's switch over to Google for a sec, because for Google search, there's no images as such unless it's a display ad. But people are searching Google every day, and if somebody listening to this is whatever you do, somebody woke up in your area today and is looking for that kind of help, chances are they're going to be Googling it, right? So what it's doing here is running different lots of heading and copy to see which one is the most attractive to people that are out there online clicking. And then, and this is the AI magic in it, I guess, and this is the part, same with Facebook and Insta as well. It will send the daily budget. AI will decide, okay, this ad here, number 47, is getting most traffic. I'm going to send more of the daily budget toward that ad. So
that's what's so amazing to me too, is that it really it's so smart in the fact that it's choosing the better ads, and then it's putting more juice behind those. Right. On LinkedIn is typically a very expensive place to advertise. Typically a lead, it can be around $100.
Yes.
For LinkedIn. How have you seen this work on LinkedIn? It's definitely a place I play and where a lot of my clients play. How have you seen it work on LinkedIn as far as lowering ad costs?
It depends very much on the content. So it doesn't have the same power on LinkedIn as it does, because LinkedIn is configured very differently to Facebook and Instagram. Google and Facebook and Instagram are configured in a similar way, that the AI can manipulate it a lot better. Not as much with LinkedIn, but you can still work it around with LinkedIn, create different ad sets and that sort of thing. So it's a matter of, I don't want people to think that the content is guaranteed. And I mean, there's a lot of people making crazy promises out there. The thing to remember about this platform, about the AI ad machine, and people can check it out at aiadmachine.com, but the thing to remember is that it's a vehicle to run these campaigns. It's not creating all of the foolproof guaranteed content. We need to do that ourselves. I mean, I supply a lot of that to people as well, but there's some amazing options to be able to do that.
Yeah, I love this. I think it's so brilliant. That was one of the reasons I just knew I had to have you on here, because I really wanted to show people what was possible in the advertising space, because there comes a point in your business, and the coaches and consultants are very guilty of running their business and trying to do so much organic. And that's great. Organic is great as the foundation. But when you're really wanting to scale your business and you're wanting to have those $100,000 plus consistent and predictable months, you can only do so much organic. And then you want to take that money and turn it on and automate and make it a machine. You don't want to keep spending all of your time and your energy. You can do your organic is like this, right? Getting on a podcast, talking to people and putting out great content, but you don't want to be spending all of your time going and looking for clients and trying to figure out who's a client. When you turn on this ad machine, it's how people have built businesses that are multiple millions of dollars a year. It's how 1,700 new millionaires are popping up in the United States every single day. They're not doing it from everything being organic. They are doing paid advertising. They have multiple ways they're getting people into their machine. So I knew I had to have you on and share this, because I just think it's so exciting to see this and to watch the money that can be saved. And the thing that's very cool about this is this could easily be taught to a VA, right? You don't any longer 100%. Really need an advertising agency for a lot of money to run your ads.
And let me tell you, I'm working with an increasing number of people who are firing their ad agencies, and that's another story in itself. But the world is shifting. This is a business changing / life changing opportunity. This is a once in a generational thing that's happening with AI, and I think it's every bit as big, if not bigger, than the internet itself. I'm so enthusiastic about it. I don't know where it's going, but I'm hanging onto the tail of the tiger for the ride, which is fun. Let me show you something quickly here, because what some of my clients are doing, and this is a cool idea. I'd love to tell you this is my idea, but it's not. But what they're doing is that they're putting their competitor's URL into a ChatGPT search, and with the correct prompt, and that's the key word there, with the correct prompt, they're asking it to create a marketing campaign. You need to be specific, whether it's Google or LinkedIn or Facebook, right? Create based on this and these keywords. And that's just like, we've never been able to do that before, isn't it?
Right. How crazy. Yes. So crazy.
One thing I did, just to give you a quick demo, have we got a second more? I can give you a quick demo of this little one I created.
Yes, go ahead.
This is, I built this. You got to have a paid account to do this, but it's only $20 or whatever. And I just think it's so much fun, and it's just saves so much time. But I created this for my real estate agents so they could create some of the copy and things that they needed. So one of the things that my real estate clients are not great at is sending regular emails out to their people, right? So I created this chat to say, give me a summary of what's going on in my area. So whereabouts are you based? What's a city near you?
I'm in Missouri, so it would be you could say St. Louis.
Okay.
Would be a good location, probably one of the bigger locations.
Missouri, USA. So what the prompt here is for our listeners, give me a summary of forthcoming events in my community. Okay. So, and then it said, okay, happy to do that. Please give me your city and state. So I've put that in there, and now it's just going to search away, and it all happens really quickly. And then all I need to do is grab the content, and then I can put that in a newsletter to my people. So if I'm a real estate agent or whatever, if I'm community involved, it's such a cool thing, right? And people, for example, I'll come back to real estate because it's something that I really know a lot about, but only 4 or 5% of people at any one time are actually actively buying or selling. Now, if we keep real estating at them all the time, they're going to get a little bit turned off. So I love to keep my content 50, 60, 70% non-real estate. And here we can see in St. Louis, we've got Festival of Nations, and the dates 24, 26. We've got the Japanese Festival, the Gateway Cup, which is a 4-day cycling event, and the St. Louis Art Fair as well. So that's just one example of how you can use that. And I've done, is the market getting better or worse in my area? So let's do St. Louis as well there, see what it says. So the question is the market getting better or worse for sellers in the coming 6 months, right? So, and it said, okay, I need to put in my city and state, and let's see what's happening to your local property market for the next 6 months from August 2024, which is where we are. It says the real estate market in St. Louis is expected to present mixed conditions for sellers over the next 6 months. We can ask it for averages or anything, but you can train a chat GPT to customize everything that you need and for content and answer questions. And anyway, I think it's just amazing what we can do in the time saving. We've never been able to do this before.
Yes, so cool. I love it. I definitely use AI a lot in my business, and I teach it to my clients as well. And it's so powerful, which is one of the things that really excited me about this. Again, helping them scale. One of the downsides of scaling is they've tried paid ads, they've run paid ads, it didn't pay off for them. And with this, even though, like you said, there are no guarantees, it's really helping you create and put your money and your juice behind the best ads there. And it's really helping you refine that and doing what an agency used to be doing for people at a fraction of the amount of money. So this is very exciting. I think this is really exciting for any business, but it's very exciting for entrepreneurs that run boutique businesses. I think it's super exciting for them because they don't have to have, big teams of people doing this stuff. So I see a lot of ways I will be using this in my business, running ads to build my podcast and my magazine, and obviously filling my events and things like that. So I'm super excited to dive into this and get going on it as well. So Ray, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. As you can tell, I'm maybe I've had too much coffee today, but I'm really buzzed about it and so enthusiastic about it. I'm kind of glad that back in the pandemic, I took a bit of a chance and started to play around and mess with it, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, why don't let's see, stop sharing your screen. And we will talk just a little bit more here. There we go. So I can see you much bigger. And so to get people started on this, if they want to get started, we have a link that you can go to, and then Ray will be getting on a call with you to kind of talk through and see what it is you want to use it for and how you want to use it. And so is that going to be the best way, Ray, for people to get
Yes.
in with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to have a chat I just love helping people with marketing. There's a million different things we can be doing, not just with AI. I'm interested in having an overall view of how any business or any entrepreneur is attracting, potential new clients into their sphere. And I got to say, not everybody is a fit for this. It's going to suit some people and not others. But I don't really get to know that until I can ask some questions.
Sure.
And I'm happy to jump on a call and we'll set our link up so people can check it out and get in touch with us.
Fantastic. Well, we will post that link in the show notes, so you will be able to grab that and go take action on this if it's something that you've been doing. And if you have been running ads already, I highly, highly recommend you take advantage of this. Go grab that link, go get in, have a conversation with Ray, and see if this is a better fit for you, and try it out and see. And like he said, okay, no offense to the advertising agencies out there, but look, who doesn't love to save money in marketing, right? So this is a way that you can potentially save a lot of money and get even better results. So yeah, we want to leverage this AI thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm pretty safe in saying that at the moment, ad agencies are not using AI like this. It's all manual. And I know they have big teams offshore in massive rooms looking at the numbers and crunching the numbers and trying to come up with fresh copy and stuff. But AI is not doing, AI is taking over that role, but it's just 10xing productivity because it's constantly doing it every minute of every day. And like I said, directing the budget to the best ad. Also, I should mention that if you're thinking about it and we have a chat and we think we're a match, then I invite you to try it. There's no contracts. I invite you to try it and check it out. Try it for yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. I find the ad takes anywhere from seven to sort of 12 or 14 days. AI needs to feel its way. It's predictable programmed learning, isn't it? It's predictive, but it's not magic. So it just needs to be able to learn what the heck's going on, what your business is, who your market is, and it will give you the opportunity to at least test it. So I'm not a fan of long-term contracts. I just say to my people, quit anytime, but try it. I mean, like anything, if you're not getting results, why would you use it?
Yeah. So good. Well, Ray, thank you so much for being on here with me. I really appreciate it. This was so much fun. Can't wait to see what this does for people and the doors that it opens for people, and even for my clients. So I'm really excited to share this with them as well. So thank you again. This was phenomenal.
You're welcome, Anne. Nice to see you, and thanks for your time today. Thanks for doing this.
You are welcome. Thank you. All right, everyone. We have appreciated you being on another episode of Expert in You podcast. And hey, we are trying to really build this show up. We want to get it into the top 1%. It's in about the top 9% now in the world. And so if you could help us with that, do it by sharing this episode, subscribe to the show. We always say sharing is caring. I don't know who coined that, but it's great, right? So let other people see the show, hear the show, and share it with your friends. We just appreciate it so much. And we hope that we're bringing you great, valuable content. I bring on amazing people like Ray and other experts, and we just love giving this value to you. So help support the show. That's what I would love to ask you, and support people like Ray. So thank you again. And until next week, God bless you. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. If you're as excited as I am about scaling up your influence, business, and bank account, then I have just the thing for you. But first, make sure you subscribe to the show. Second, make sure you share it with someone you care about, because sharing is caring. And third, head on over to join me in my next free virtual exclusive workshop, where we'll explore proven strategies to boost your business and maximize your potential. Look, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're looking to take your business to the next level, my workshops are designed for you. So head on over to expertinyouworkshop.com to reserve your spot and get ready to transform your expertise into extraordinary success. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and helping you achieve incredible growth. Until next time, make sure you're always seeking the expert in you, and God bless. Have an amazing day.